What is up, everybody? It is Og here, back with another video, and as you can tell from the title of the video, we're gonna have some sad news. But I never gave a recap on day 4 and day 5. Unfortunately, day 4's content was lost from the VODs, but overall, we basically just leveled up through some quests in Hillsbrad. There was nothing too crazy going on. But today got a little interesting, or at least day 5 got a little bit interesting, and that is because I hit level 24. Now, initially when we were talking, I was planning on going to AoE at level 26, but when I thought about it a little bit more, the potential is there at 24. You have Blizzard, you have the talents, you can definitely do it. It's not as safe because you don't have kind of cold, but it could be a lot of fun, and, I was just feeling like, what, let's just do it. So we started off with some alchemy real quick, and then we grinded on a couple mobs because we had a ton of rest, just basically to get up to 24 real quick so that we could go ahead and respec. But wanted to show the early clip because the stream decided that today was going to be a great day to make me work out. So if you haven't been in the stream before, definitely come check it out at twitch.tv/Arlaeus. But basically, for channel points, the stream can make me do sit-ups or push-ups or chicken jacks, which are basically jumping jacks. But as you can see here, we have to go through and we do sit-ups. Now, sit-ups, I just do crunches. Don't give me crap for it. Yeah. So, if you haven't checked out the stream yet, definitely check it out. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely hit that subscribe button. But once we sped up to 24, we decided that it was time to start doing some AoE farming. And here is the very first pool. Now, just to quickly go over Hillsbrad, obviously Hillsbrad is going to be the first horde location that you're going to want to go to. Reason being, the farms are amazing and they have a ton of mobs, but you got to watch out for the footmen. The footmen, and obviously this farmer resists my very first poly during the blizzard, but the footmen are level 26, so the rest of the mobs are 24, so that he has a little bit more health. In addition to more health, the footmen also can do a little bit more damage, and I believe bash you as well. And so you definitely want to watch out for the footmen. I might be wrong in that bashing, but definitely a pain to deal with, so you do not want to worry about the footmen. So try to avoid them as much as possible. If you do get them in the pool, though, it's not a big deal. Just make sure that, they're probably not going to be running away with every other mob, so just make sure that you're taking care of them when you can. But overall, we stayed here, guys, and we grinded blizzarding these mobs. And we had a ton of close calls getting down to, very small HP, to the point where one time I literally used a pot and I thought I died. But somehow the pot registered and we were alive. And so that's how we spent the majority of the time. We started off with, 5 mobs, maybe 6 mobs. And then we started amplifying it a bit, and eventually we got 9 mobs. Now you got to be careful when you're at a lower level, because you can see right here, I'm going to go for the finish with Flame Strike and Arcane Explosion. But some of these mobs, might not get low enough. And if they don't get low enough, they're not going to run away and they're going to do damage to you, and you're probably going to die. So you got to be really careful with it. You got to start off with 2 or 3 mobs before you get going if you're a hardcore. I mean, if you're a fresh tune, just, going leveling up for the first time, go for it, pull some extra mobs and have fun with it at the end of the day, because it doesn't really matter if you die. But if you are hardcore, you definitely got to, get used to it. You also want to be having as much intellect and stamina as possible. Can't really get of the eagle gear, but if you want to rush tailoring, you could probably get some gear, and that would be good. But overall, it's not too bad at this level. The one thing you definitely also want to watch out for, though, is Arcane Explosions. So Arcane Explosions can do some nice damage, even if you're using rank 1 on these mobs. But what you need to watch out for is that if you hit some mobs with Arcane Explosion, you're going to notice that some run away before the rest. And so what could happen is that you could potentially have them get scattered. The second that the mobs get scattered, you need to go ahead and burn them down ASAP. Go for the Nova and then Flame Strike Cone of Cold or Flame Strike Arcane Explosion if you're not 26 yet. Because if you wait too long, what's going to happen is that the mobs are going to separate, get out of your blizzards, and you're just going to be in major trouble. Eventually, though, we hit 26 and we were grinding through, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? I wonder if we could just Flame Strike and Cone of Cold these mobs down. And so I just started going into a Flame Strike Shatter combo. And honestly, this was actually so much faster. And so this is one thing that I would say I learned in a way, is that the Flame Strike Cone of Cold combo, even without having the Shatter talents, bear in mind I don't have Shatter talents right now, I'm not the right spec for this, I'm the Blizzard spec, burns down these mobs. And so this is something that might honestly be better to do at the lower levels, and it might be better just to focus on Shatter until you hit 28 and get ranked to a Blizzard and can start blizzarding for a bit more damage. But you're going to see here, for example, I have probably 7 or 8 mobs, and Flame Strike with Cone of Cold and then Arcane Explosion almost makes them run away immediately. If I was Shatter and if I was getting crits, it probably would, but it's close enough to the point where I have enough health that I'm not going to die. Of course, it's always important to stay stacked up on pots just in the event that you do have some issues and you potentially would be going down. So you want to make sure that you at least are confident that you're not going to be going down and you have some health pots just to make sure. But Flame Strike Cone of Cold really did a ton of damage. So I started thinking to myself, would it be worth completely respecking? And I got to level 27 and I was sitting there and I was like, you know what, should I do it? But the issue is that I had already respec so many times that it would be literally 5 gold for this respec. Also, if you ever have a mob resist or you just miss your Nova like that, just start kiting them around. Don't try to sit there and go for a blizzard or sheep or anything. You're probably not going to have enough time. If you're doing the Flame Strike strat, just Nova, Cone of Cold, and start kiting with Arcane Explosion. Just kiting them around. But I started thinking about it, and because I had already respec'd a couple times, it would have been 5 gold for the respec. And so I decided that at level 28, you get the next rank of Blizzard, so it's not worth it. But potentially, if you go straight into Shatter, it might be better than doing Blizzard until level 28. I did not get to find that out myself, though, unfortunately. So unfortunately, I have to mute this clip, but you can see it on my channel if you want to see it on the channel. But I did curse because obviously it was going on. But unfortunately, what happens here is I go and get this herb. And I ran over to go get this herb on the side of the water, and I took pretty much the same path, and I'm like, South Shore's all the way down to the bottom here. I'm safe. Apparently not. And the South Shore guard dazed me. And then he resisted every single one of my slows. I tried to blink immediately away, but he was just on top of me. And we died. Now, I don't mind that I died. You know, there's a good chance you die in your hardcore tune, especially your first one. But to die to a South Shore guard? Come on, man, at least let me have like a glorious battle where I'm AoEing down 25 mobs at once and die. RIP, boys. RIP. But of course, we're not done, and we now have our Arlaeus hardcore 2 tune. And so we're back at it. We are not giving up. We're going to go to 60 on this guy. I am going to do a couple things differently, though. First off, I'm not going to go mining. Mining was a huge waste of time. I spent like a day and a half played on that old guy, and he was 27. This tune is already 12, and I think I have like, I don't know, 4 hours played maybe, something like that, 3 hours played. I don't know, something much lower where I'm going a lot faster, not worrying about it. I am going to go Herbalism because Herbalism and Alchemy are great, and I also rushed the wand immediately. Unfortunately, I do not have content from this new tune because I had to delete the VOD, but we did rush the wand, and we got some, starter gear, going through basically the same kind of path, and we are currently over in the Barrens. I'm going to focus a lot more on AoEing, though, and I think I'm going to take the tactic where I'm going to start AoEing as early as level 14. I'm probably still going to quest, but I'm probably going to do quests where I can also AoE and AoE the mobs down at the same time. So if you guys haven't checked out the stream live for the leveling yet, definitely come check it out. We're going to be doing the leveling probably at least 2 days a week, I would say. And then obviously the Mara pools outside of that and maybe some ZG pools and things like that. So if that seems interesting, come check out the stream. But thank you guys so much for watching my epic fail of running into a South Shore guard. Gotta love it. But we're going to get right back up on that bandwagon. Before you know it, we'll be back up to 27 and cruising. Alright everyone, that wraps up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please subscribe and leave a like and a comment below to let me know so. And if you guys have any other ideas for any other videos, please let me know in the comments below. Also check out the description for the Twitch where I do all this live, and also for my Twitter and Discord where you guys can be notified of any future updates and when I'm going to go live on stream. So I'll see you guys in the next video.